Chosen one, your days of lack are past. Abundance starts. This isn't merely an optimistic statement or a lovely encouragement. This is a heavenly edict. This is when spiritual truth meets your reality. You've been through valleys of doubt, deserts of delay, and seasons of difficulty. However, what was once against you is now behind you. What formerly weighted on your shoulders is now lifted. This is the scheduled moment for your abundance to begin. Not as a desire, but as a reality developing. Your spiritual drought has come to an end. The absence that sought to define you. It attempted to confine you. The attempts to make you feel you were forgotten have been defeated by heaven's abundance. Prepare to soar into what is already yours. So be sure you watch the whole video. The chosen one. In the comments, leave your sincerest wishes and a 777 to indicate agreement. With this change, you energize the environment with your goal and invite the universe to meet your faith with plenty. The gate of lack is closed. The season of more than enough has here, so choose one. If you haven't already, like this video and subscribe to the channel. Let we begin. This is not the start of a process. It is the releasing of what has previously been stored up for you. The gates have opened. The treasury has been unlocked. This isn't about pursuing provision anymore. This is about provisioning and finding you. Opportunities will start to recognize you. Doors will start to open without your knock. You will begin to feel a fever that defies explanation, yet precisely matches with God's timetable. You have been loyal throughout the desert. Now plenty is true to you. You are not just going into financial provision. You're entering an overflow mentality. Abundance is more than just money. It is serenity that does not allow for the proliferation of ideas, connections that lead to destiny, or moments that transport you from the ordinary to the exceptional. You're being restored in layers. The regions in your spirit that you didn't realize were dry are being nourished anew. The light is coming on in parts of your life that have been dull for far too long. Every dry well in your life is getting refilled. Where there was once a delay, there is now acceleration. Where there was rejection, there is now acceptance. Where there was quiet, there is a heavenly announcement. Something otherworldly has taken over your circumstances. Not later. But although you may not be able to see everything with your normal eyes, something has moved in your favor. You are no longer in the same emotional, spiritual, or energy state as before. And now your reality is catching up with your change. You've broken through. You outlasted what was supposed to break you. You've endured the strain, and now the pressure has a purpose. The tears you shed are turning into testimony. Long nights are giving way to joyous mornings. Isolation is giving way to recognition. God had not forgotten you. He was developing you. He was guarding the germ of your greatness whilst others walked away. But now you're growing in public. Lack attempted to deceive you via a covert plot. It attempted to hint that your narrative would conclude peacefully, without reward, favor, or supply. But your path has always been more than your fight. Your destiny has always sounded louder than your thirst. And suddenly the sound of wealth is drowning out every stillness you've ever experienced. You are being moved, raised, and enhanced. You will no longer be concerned about whether you have enough. You will now know that you are always being prepared for more. Abundance isn't coming. It's being disclosed. It has already been said about your life. It has already been allocated to your future. It was already written in your destiny. Now it's your turn. This is your designated time. This is your new identity. Abundant, overflowing, affluent in heart, intellect, purpose, and soon in resources as well. You are not going back to not enough. You aren't going back to collecting cash or rationing your delight. You are entering into heavenly provision, which increases in your hands. Even when the world speaks about recession, inflation, and instability, your experience differs. You follow another system. The spiritual economy is thriving. The source that supplies for you cannot be drained, and the one you choose is linked to that source. Nothing can disconnect you. No season can cancel you, and no delay can stop you. You are rising in strength, striding with purpose, and manifesting with clarity. You will be recognized for your richness, not just in worldly possessions, but also in the quality of your delight. Your path is clear, and your tranquility is deep. Your presence will exude prosperity. Your vibe will attract what others want. You will notice that things begin to flow to you not because you are fortunate, but because you are in alignment. Your faith's frequency acts as a heavenly magnet, attracting gifts to you. You're not merely fantasizing about plenty. You are embracing it. And you're not just getting for yourself. You're being given the opportunity to become a blessing. The excess in your life will affect others. Your metamorphosis will encourage people who are still in the waiting season. You will be proof that God can still raise, bless, and reward. You will prove to others that it is possible to overcome adversity and never look back. Because once you've experienced the prosperity that comes with divine alignment, you'll never settle for survival again. Be prepared, since heaven's words will appear unexpectedly. What took years to overcome will take days to undo. What has been stagnant for a decade will change in an instant. What was difficult will become easier. This is your SA period. Grace, you're moving in. Grace is hustling for you. Never could. The doors are opening without force. Ideas are developing without tension. Resources are coming without difficulty. It's time to rejoice, even before it happens, because your soul knows before you do. Something deep inside you senses that things have altered, that the environment has moved, that the heavenly wind is behind you, and that the energy around you is starting to heed your faith's order. You are entering the world of easy manifestation. You're no longer pleading. You're attracted. You are no longer searching. You're being discovered. The proof is coming. The confirmation is on the way. But the change has already happened in you. Your vibration has increased. Your thinking has developed. Your trust has grown. As a result, you will be allocated what you previously avoided. Your table is being set in full view. Your harvest is being delivered in full. Your time as last is finished. Your time of being ignored is coming to an end. Your days of lack are over. The season of not enough has ended. Abundance is your new normal. You are ascending in ways that no one anticipated. You are not only overcoming a shortage, you're emerging from the attitude that kept lack alive. You are discarding the behaviors, ideas, and psychological patterns that formerly associated you with shortage. Everything within you is now aligned with excess. You no longer think like the injured. Consider yourself to be selected. You no longer anticipate defeat. You anticipate miracles. Your hopes are summoning heaven's storehouse. You are not looking for the bare minimum that you anticipate. Pressed down, shaken together, and overflowing with blessings. That is your new reality. This next chapter of your life will feel quite different. You will not simply see the wealth in your bank account. You'll notice it in the way others react to your presence. You'll notice it in the way your name is recognized in rooms you haven't yet visited. You'll notice how easily opportunities make their way to your door. There will be days when you can't believe how quickly things are changing. But do not be startled. This is what plenty accomplishes. It rewrites timelines. It shortens the travel. It accelerates the purpose. What formerly took years of labor will now take months, if not hours. You've entered the domain of magical shortcuts. You are aligned with grace, and grace alters the tempo. No more dragging out duties or toiling through seasons. What was previously exhausting will now uplift you. This represents the transition from survival mode to supernatural mode, from fear to flow, and from panic to power. Your steps are in order. Your provision is set on automatic. Your path is now one of serenity and prosperity. The residue of past struggles is sliding off of you. The weight that formerly existed in your energy field is being replaced with lightness, clarity, and pleasure. People will start telling you that you look different. And it's true because your spirit feels lighter. Your spirit is enriched. Your energy is more liberated. Your heart is no longer constrained by previous failures. You've let go of the resentment. You've shed the old weight. You are no longer attempting to figure out why it occurred. You're ready to see what happens next. And what comes next is overflow. You are entering into places that were previously closed to you, but they now acknowledge your power since you are not the same person who knocked timidly. You're here for a reason. You go in knowing you are carrying something precious. You are not waiting for permission to succeed. You have already been predestined to walk in wealth. You don't need to persuade anybody about your value. You already know it. As a result, the earth is now catching up with what heaven already knew about you. Even when the adversary attempted to throw you off track with diversions, delays, and detours, it simply added to your blessing since nothing could stop what was meant to happen. And now that you've overcome your need, you'll never again be asking, pursuing, or questioning. You know who you are. And when you know who you are, you attract what is compatible with that. Knowing you aren't waiting for a breakthrough. You represent the breakthrough. Your own existence is a gateway to success. You will begin to recruit partnerships, which will expand your reach. Friends who talk about your future, not your past. Mentors who see your potential and nurture your abilities. You're no longer the lonely one, the outsider, the forgotten idealist. You are the one who is in alignment, the one whose time has arrived, the one whose roots have deepened. And now the fruit is unavoidable. You are no longer in hiding. You're being highlighted. You're no longer being delayed. You're being delivered. This isn't simply about a personal victory. It is about a heavenly mission. You are being given the resources to succeed. You're being blessed, so you can bless. You are being healed so that you may cure others. You're being raised so you can lift others. Your affluence serves a reason, and that purpose is strong. It is not only about how well you live. It is about being the answer to someone else's prayer. You are a member of the divine distribution. You are part of heaven's purpose to conquer earth with hope, provision, and pleasure. Watch how your days begin to change. The messages you hear, the invitations that come, and the ideas that emerge from your soul are fully developed and ready to be launched. These aren't coincidences. These are confirmations. You have tapped into something higher. You are more than merely in sync with the world's time. You are in tune with the heavenly calendar. Every delay was a setup. Every rejection was a redirection. Every detour provided protection. And now the route is clear. You will no longer be bound by what transpired. You are now led by what is becoming. And what is forming is so rich, so full, so overflowing that you will soon look back and thank God for what did not work out, for what had to break apart, for what remains. Because else, you would not have created place for what is on the road. And what's on the road isn't all positive. It's fantastic. It is plentiful. It is obvious. It is divinely allotted to you, the chosen one. Your spirit already understands this. That is why you have been experiencing a modest confidence boost. That is why you aren't responding as you used to. That is why, even in the midst of uncertainty, you had a peculiar feeling of calm. Because deep down, you know something new is happening. Something significant is occurring. Something holy is going to emerge. You are no longer attempting to make things happen. You're letting the appropriate things to come to you, and the next season of your life will not be about proving yourself. It is about receiving. You've completed the inner work. You have learned the hard lessons. You have kept your religion alive, even when it seemed like nothing was changing. Now your trust has developed. Your conviction is powerful. Your faith has revealed hidden riches. Do not dismiss the change. Do not underestimate the gravity of the situation. This is not merely a pleasant season. This is a prophetic statement. This is the time to realize your dreams. This is plenty in action. And you'll know it not just by what changes on the outside, but also by an inward light that never fades. That deep down feeling that your fight is over. The page has turned. Your heavenly appointment has come. The days of misunderstanding are coming to an end. The cycle of nearly is complete. The continual push and pull is being replaced with relaxation and alignment. You won't have to struggle for every breakthrough anymore. Now, blessings are pursuing you. Stay with the flow. Keep the faith. Remain grateful. Your days of scarcity are not just ended. They fulfilled their last mission. They instilled in you a respect for plenty. They developed the insight that ensures success. They trained you to handle what comes without fear. And the season of building with shattered bricks is ended. You are now building your life with heavenly resources, and everything you touch will be blessed. Everything in your surroundings is reacting to your new alignment. It is no longer a season of yearning for change. It's the season of understanding that everything has already changed. Your ideas are not identical. Your choices are smarter. Your serenity is deeper. Your faith is grounded. And as a result of that internal change, your exterior environment must now operate at the same frequency as you. Demands manifestation. You are no longer conveying signals of need. You are giving out messages of assurance. And you are convinced that need is no longer an issue for you. Overflow is not just conceivable. It is unavoidable. You're walking with a new type of power now. Quiet power. Not loud or desperate, but obvious. You don't have to persuade anybody about what's occurring in your life. They'll see it. They'll feel it. The proof of your advancement will speak louder than any explanation could. People will question how it occurred so quickly, and the response will always be the same. It didn't happen quickly. It occurred at the best time. It took as long as it was necessary for you to develop the ability to retain what is presently being presented to you. And what is being conveyed to you is not insignificant. It is not average. It's not a leftover blessing. It's pushed down, overflowing with purpose-packed abundance. It combines money with knowledge, prosperity and harmony, favor with foundation. You are not just experiencing momentary success. Your deep roots provide you with long-term abundance. Your character has been formed. Your motives are pure. You don't just wish to climb. You wish to ascend and remain whole. And that is precisely what is occurring. You are creating something that will outlive you, whether it is a vision, a company, a legacy, or just a life lived with integrity and purpose. It will reverberate beyond your lifetime, and it begins with this present transition. You are no longer the panicky person you were. You are no longer the little person you were. You are no longer the person who accepted a life of scarcity. You've developed. You've emerged. You have risen from the ashes of every setback to announce, this will not be the end for me. But it wasn't. That was the beginning. Every resource that you thought was far away is suddenly coming back to you. Everything you sown in tears is being reaped in pleasure. Everything you accomplished with faith is now being manifested in reality. You are not reaping what you have lost. You are reaping the consequences of your actions. And now that you are anchored in riches, everything around you must rise. Your family will feel it. It will trigger a transformation in your atmosphere. Your judgments will have more impact since they are now made from a position of merit rather than concern. Your energy is your new money, and it's pricey. You are unavailable for chaos. You are not exposed to anything that depletes you. You have elevated your standards. You have elevated your vibration. You've increased your understanding of who you are and what you deserve. As a result, the universe is extending its hand to provide you with everything you need at your new level. This isn't ego. It's an elevation. This is not pride. It's the position. You are walking in the totality of who you were created to be. And don't be shocked if blessings arrive in unexpected bundles. Don't be surprised if what you first believed was a delay turns out to be miraculous guidance. Don't get disheartened if certain things still slip away. That's not a lack. That is alignment. Everything that cannot sustain your abundance must go. Everything that does not reflect your value must be eliminated. Every design that is no longer useful. The following chapter will be stopped. This isn't punishment. This is protection. You'll start to feel lighter. Not only emotionally, but energetically. The air around you will seem clearer. Your thoughts will be sharper. Your dreams will return with clarity. Your actions will feel guided. Your heart will open up in new ways. You will feel ready again.